What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Yoga Duck coming to you from New Orleans, NOLA, the N.O., the Crescent City. Yeah, that Big Easy, baby. And today I got some content for you. But before we get into all that, you know exactly what I need you to do. I need you to smash that like button. I'm talking about absolutely assault that thing. Hit subscribe, tap on that bell notification, and hit all so you'll be aware of every single video that I'm putting out. We're on the road to monetization, so don't forget to engage with me. Drop a comment in the comment section. And if you don't feel like giving your take, do me this huge favor and drop some fleur-de-lis in the chat for me. You feel me? All the engagement is appreciated. Like I said, we're on the road to monetization now. We'll have it before the end of this year. I promise you. But I can't get it without your help, right? I need y'all engagement. I need y'all to smash that like button. I need for y'all to subscribe to me. You feel me? You heard me? So look, this one of these videos that I've been wanting to put out for a long time because I see the climate in which we're in as far as hip hop is concerned, right? It seems as though ever since the Drake and Kendrick beef, we've been kind of stuck in a rut. Kendrick put out the song Watch the Party Die, and it seems as though the party is dying, if not dead. We've got artists that are scared to drop albums because they don't know how it will be received. And I'm sure it's not just the artists. I'm sure it's also the record labels because they're not sure how these albums would be received. And they're not going to invest any money into a particular artist if they can't guarantee a return on investment. People are so enamored. Excuse me. People are so enamored. People are so caught up in this Drake and Kendrick beef that it's low key for a person like myself who isn't into idolatry and being a sycophant for any particular person. For people like myself, it's getting it's just a bit too much. It's too exhausting. I'm tired of this beef. I'm tired of this narrative. But as a content creator, I kind of go with the trend. People are asking um are requesting more and more content on Drake and Kendrick. It's me as a content creator and people like myself is up to us to give them exactly what they want. But people like me, I'm not the only person who's seeing this. Everybody's seeing it. Unless you're a sycophant or a glazer for Drake or Kendrick, and you just gonna keep riding the wave. Look, I'm gonna ride the wave as long as it's there. I really don't want to. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for other artists to not be scared to drop. There's people putting out music, but it's not getting any traction. Because all people want to all people want is Drake and Kendrick. We're looking for we're tuning in, trying to see who's gonna send the next shot. Right? But hey, it's not going unnoticed. Even DJ Academics. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of DJ Academics, so I didn't find this. But shout out to Showface News. Shout out to the mayor Showface News. For being up in the wee hours of the morning to catch this live from DJ Academics and to go ahead and clip it and make his own content on it. Shout out to him. And I'm in the mayor's Discord. We have these kinds of discussions all the time. Unfortunately, this morning we came to the realization that this isn't dying. This Drake and Kendrick beef isn't dying anytime soon. As much as we want it to, it's not dying. So, with no further ado, let's get into this content. Shout out to the mayor. Hey, shout out to DJ Academics. I'm not a fan of yours. I'm not a fan of you as a human being, but I can't deny the fact that you're like number one in this space. And shout out to you for that. Now, are you a reprehensible human being? Yes, that's my opinion, you know. And if you like academics, you're entitled to yours. But let's get into this content. Look, I went ahead and took certain timestamp. This was a live that the mayor did. Uh, so I went ahead. I watched the live because I like the mayor's content. So I went ahead and went to certain time stamps that I thought were relevant to this situation, to what I want to speak about. So with no further ado, let's get it.
Oh, champ. Listen here, gang. Things is getting real bad. All right, now what happened was academics went live very much early this morning. I'm talking like 5 in the a.m. on the East Coast, at least, saying that, hey, there are rappers that are complaining because they can't get any type of longevity on Billboard due to the fact that Kendrick and Drake are the only rappers that's really succeeding on Billboard.
And that's a fact. And I get it. They can't get no traction. So like Playboy Cardi, for instance, Playboy Cardi hit #1 on Billboard, but it was short lived. It dropped right back off. Not right back, but what he spent like 2-3 weeks tops at the top of Billboard, and then he was right back. He fell right back down. Like Playboy Cardi's whole entire album was in the top 50 or so on Billboard at least. I don't remember exactly, but that's a problem. And you can see why people aren't in a rush to drop anything.
Ain't no other rappers getting any type of motion right now because of Kendrick and Drake's beef, which is crazy. Has really nothing to do with Drake or Kendrick whatsoever. However, this is what's going on. All right. I want y'all to hit the like. I want y'all to share the video. We're going to jump right in because low key, this is breaking news. I ain't going to lie. Salute to the chat. All champ. Look.
Number one, when someone said to me, I have to kind of step back. And I'm like, did Cardi's album come and go? I want to say no, because I'm playing the shit out of it. But if we look per the numbers on the charts, it would appear that the actual streaming data, or, these songs charting in the Hot 100, it hasn't necessarily stayed. Okay? I want to say no, because I love this album. I really enjoy this Cardi album. Okay? Tubbs, yes, we're going to do the IRL stream of the birthday joint. Yes, of course. But it looks like, I don't know. I'm confused by it. I think Cardi made the most commercial album he could do with palatable songs. These are songs that we expected everybody to gravitate to, and I think everybody did gravitate to it. I'm surprised he's not dominating with or maybe should I blame Interscope? Maybe Interscope hasn't pushed. I don't know.
We can't blame Interscope. We can't blame nobody, gang. We can't blame nobody at all. We can't blame nobody. Ain't nobody to blame. The people have made a decision. That's what it is, gang.
Yeah, the people made a decision, and the decision is if it's not Drake or Kendrick, we don't really care about it. That's the decision that's being made, unfortunately. Because there's plenty of dope albums out there. There's plenty of dope artists, I should say. There's plenty of dope artists out there. Ray Vaughn dropped a damn good album. A damn good album. Was it a classic? No. Key Glock dropped a decent album. I ain't gonna say it was a banger. The first half of Key Glock's album I liked it. The problem with me when it comes, and don't get me wrong, I love the Memphis sound. I am a big fan of the Memphis sound. But it does get a bit exhausting after hearing the same beat and drums and everything after a while. No matter how dope the sampling is, no matter how the bops on the Memphis bop is dope. no matter how dope the sample and the production is on, after a while, that Memphis sound gets a bit exhausting.
Yeah.
But there are artists that are dropping. It's not anybody of note, because I think like the people who really that the public is clamoring for, the community is clamoring for, they scared to drop. And I think there's like maybe 4 to 5 artists right now. And Drake and Kendrick are included in that 4 to 5, unfortunately. So there's only 2 or 3 other artists that I think can drop and get traction. But even if they got traction, even if they hit number 1, it's gonna be short-lived.
Yeah, the people made a decision. Cardi's album was great. In fact, he broke a Billboard record with the most songs. His entire 30-song album was on Billboard Hot 100 chart. The entire thing, to the point where it looked like there was a playlist of Playboy Cardi on Billboard. It was like 5 songs together on one specific top 10 within the Billboard Top 100. Now, none of those songs are anywhere to be found on Billboard Hot 100. Top 100, my fault. You dig? Nowhere to be found. All right? Even on the album chart, I don't know where that album is. The Billboard Hot 200, that album chart, I don't know where it's at. It's lost. Like the people cared for like a couple of weeks and then all of a sudden it's gone, which is crazy. Not typical, not something that usually happens, but this is what's happening, gang.
So let's take a look. Let's take a look at where exactly, because I know that I think I did look at it earlier. So I think Playboy Cardi is at like number 9 on the Billboard Top 200 as far as that album is concerned. So he didn't totally fall off. He didn't totally fall off, but his numbers is, as far as each song, those have totally dropped off. They're totally down. And I think he may have 1, maybe 2 songs that are still in the Hot 100. That's about it. Because if it's not Drake or Kendrick, nobody cares. Let's see. Yeah, I think Playboy Cardi. Oh no. Yeah, there you go. He's at number 9. So, like I said, if it's not Drake or
Like I
Kendrick
said,
related,
the general consensus,
if it's not Drake or Kendrick related, nobody's really like paying much attention to it as of now. So let's continue. Hold on, let me get this timestamp. I don't even know why it jumped like that. I got all this written down, trying to get like prepared, but I queued all of it up, and then look at this. Here we go.
happens to get jobs, champ. A CDL license. Heard Applebee's was hiring. You seen what happened with Bobby Shmurda. Applebee's needs a server, okay? Respectfully. Applebee's needs a server. I don't know why you're still trying to go on tour, champ. Applebee's needs serving, champ, by the way, okay? Putting up these likes. We gonna keep it going on, champ. Look. No.
Let's look at Kendrick. What he got going on the charts? Obviously, has the number 1 song with SZA at the moment. So Kendrick. So let's go up. How many of GNX is on there, right? So we have Luther. Okay. Not Like Us is 22. So Not Like Us is quietly falling down, but it's still gonna have some runway. If you ask me, it's gonna be on the charts at least till you know what I realized today, by the way? Summer doesn't start till June. I thought summer started now. Summer doesn't start till June. It'll be on the charts for another 2-3 months, I think. It's gonna slowly drop, but Kendrick is doing good on the charts. Look, 30 for 30. I never listened to this song a day in my life. Is this SZA? No, this is SZA song, right? No, I don't know.
Yeah, see that as long as the tour is going on, I think it may drop slightly, right? It may drop. These songs not gonna drop too far. Let me be honest. You may get Not Like Us at number 4 and 30 for 30 at number 5, or they may flip flop. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna fall too far off the chart, out of the top 10, if they drop out of the top 10 at all, as long as the tour is going on.
Anytime I see Sis, I just said skip, man. She probably just crying, sound like a dead wolf about some nigga who fucked her over. And I'm like, of course a nigga fucks you over. You change your face 30 times. You got 15 BBLs. Come on, man. I'm playing. West Coast niggas don't get mad at me.
And if you peep, it's either Kendrick Lamar or somebody related to Kendrick Lamar, like Doshi or SZA. Somebody within the realm of Kendrick Lamar is in Billboard top 25. They ain't just on Billboard. They in a high Billboard. They in high Billboard positions. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that because because everybody's still like riding this wave, and everybody's on this lyricism tip. Like that's all that hip hop is about. It's strictly about the bars, the similes, the metaphors, the punchlines, and that's not it. It never was strictly about that. It was at one time you had your party records. At one time you had your conscious records that not in for it to be a conscious record, it doesn't necessarily have to be lyrical to be conscious. You know what I'm saying? You have the likes of Public Enemy. They were conscious in their approach, but was it lyrical? No, it wasn't lyrical. So hip hop hasn't always been strictly about bars, but it seems as though ever since this is kicked off, that's all people claim that they want. And I think that's what people are gonna gravitate to, because they're looking for the next diss, be it subliminal or be it overt. But they still listening to other stuff. It's just not sticking. It's not getting the traction that these record labels and these other artists want. Let's go to the next timestamp.
Smash a like, share the video. We will keep it going.
TV off. Okay, yeah. Okay, TV off is still on there. What else? Squabble Up. Damn, this nigga got a lot of songs in the top 30. I'll give you that. Yeah, Kendrick is fucking dominating. I'll be honest. Right now, that nigga kicking ass. Look how many songs he has in the top 30. Luther. Not Like Us. I'm going to count the 30 for 30 shit. Even though I don't think it's on this album, but who cares? Not Like Us, 30 for 30. TV.
The guy, I said that not Like Us and 30 for 30 wouldn't fall too far out of the top 5. They had I was wrong. They had number 20, 22, and 23. They're not going to fall too far as long as this tourists keep going. You feel me? So I was wrong about that. How did I not see that?
TV off. Squabble Up. That's 5 songs. Also, I do think touring kind of helps him too, because like these songs, people do go like. There's a lot of interest in his music, which I think he's doing it right. You know what I mean? I think he's doing it right. And then Peekaboo is at 64. By the way, because I don't know which idiot told me after, because I went on a rant and I said, yo, respectfully, nobody's trying to downplay Kendrick. Kendrick is fire. Like, Kendrick is on fire. He's right now.
Shout out to Act for like saying the quiet part out loud and admitting that Kendrick is fire. Look, this isn't like, this video is not to knock either Drake or Kendrick, because both have their place in hip hop. Am I the biggest Drake fan? No. And I wouldn't even say I'm the biggest Kendrick fan. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy Kendrick's music, and I've been following Kendrick's music ever since like 2011 or so. But are there other artists that I'm gonna listen to before Kendrick? I'm sure they are. I'm sure there's plenty of art, maybe not plenty, but I'm sure there's artists that can pop off and that can drop albums right now, and I'll listen to before I ever put GNX back on. GNX has run this, outside of the Squabble Ups. I love Peekaboo. Uh, I'm not listening to Not Like Us right now. I'm not listening to that. Um, TV Off. I love TV Off. But like, it's to the point where now it's now subconsciously I want to move on. And I want for this not to be a thing anymore.
Now, if I had to say who is having the hotter run at this moment in hip hop, now granted, Drake hasn't dropped his solo hip hop album, but this is, I would say, and when I'm going down the list of things, and I'm usually pretty consistent, right? I will say from May 2024 to May 2025, in the hip hop rankings, it was Kendrick and then Drake, which means this would be Kendrick has ruled the last year. Again, I've said this multiple times. Drake has ran every year with Kendrick except one before this last year. It was 2017. So every year, Drake was applying belt to ass to the whole game. He was always number one. 2017, Kendrick drops Damn. Kendrick becomes number one for 1 year. Okay? And then 2018, Drake takes that shit back, even though, him and Pusha got into it, took that back.
Gang, there's never been a time in hip hop where one rapper is the only rapper on Billboard. You know that, right? We've seen many, many runs. We've seen too many runs. We've seen 50 Cent's run. We've seen Lil Wayne's run. We didn't see a lot of people's runs. We to a point to where, hey, can't nobody else get no shine. You don't matter, champ. Now, some people.
That's a fact. Drake is not just straight. Before this beef, Drake wasn't strictly dominating the charts all by himself. As a matter of fact, a lot of those years in which Drake was quote unquote on top, he may have been the most streamed because Spotify and the label pushed him heavy, had him in different playlists from even like gospel playlists and everything like that. So it wasn't like necessarily like the most organic, right? And what people aren't taking into consideration, and I don't want to check the numbers, but I know how Drake's numbers usually work. A lot of those streaming numbers that he was getting in those years were back catalog numbers. Scorpion, the one I mean, he don't get me wrong. When he was dropping those albums in the past, they did put up big numbers. They did put up big numbers. But he wasn't the only one that was like doing a thing in those years. Let's go to the next timestamp.
Going. It's crazy.
Back with Scorpion. And then he put belt to ass for the next years. And he's been putting belt to ass since 2018 till 2024. And Kendrick got number one for 2024 going into 2025. You feel me?
Let's go to this one.
Some of them, yeah. Run up these like smash the like, share the video. We're gonna keep it going.
I feel like he kind of, I don't see big label push from him, but like he's doing really well. He has a song that's number 11.
They talk about Big X the Plug.
Oh, okay. Who else? Yeah, the charts are really Kendrick, Drake. That's it.
And that's the problem. That's like, look, it's not a knock on, like I said, it's not a knock on Kendrick and Drake, but when we as the consumer are going to move on, because without us moving on, no one else will move on. You got Big X the Plug that's up there. You got Doechii that's up there, right? Who else you got? You got my girl Glorilla. She charts. She charts, but none of it's lasting because everybody's stuck in this, oh, if it ain't lyrical, I don't want to hear it type thing. As though none of y'all like to party and shake ass. Like y'all know y'all like to party and shake ass. But you know what I'm saying? But or you're not considered a you're not considered hip hop if that's what you want to do. Like it's not all about that.
The whole charts is Kendrick and Drake. Now, remember when I told you, and I know sometimes people might think I'm.
Hold on, before you even say that, Big X the Plug is the only other rapper that's even close to Billboard Top 10, bro. The only one. And how long does that last? Carlos Rosado with $2 in town taxes says when you were muted, I was like, he's spitting. I was, champ. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's go to the next time step. Shout out to the bell. What this one is? 2313. All right, let's go.
Oh, champ.
Controlling when I'm speaking about certain shit. When I had said that that Cardi's gonna save hip hop, and I really meant that. I think Cardi and YB being free were gonna save hip hop. The reality of it is this: hip hop is stuck in this Drake Kendrick battle, and you need some real niggas to drop to break the cycle. You get what I'm saying? You need that to change the algorithm of what people are expecting. Because right now, people are still stuck in that battle, expecting, oh, he's gonna diss Drake extra tonight on stage, and Drake is gonna drop something that's gonna diss him back. Like,
that's a fact. That's a fact. So like people will even tap it into like the live, like all the sets are the same. When he on his stadium tour, like pretty much all the sets are the same. There's some variations every here and there, but like he's not like nothing's changing, but people are tuning in to see if he slips in an extra shot or two while he's on tour. And it's like, come on, do it. Just let it, like that was 2024. Okay, it rolled a little bit in 2025. We almost halfway through the year now. We're almost halfway through the year now. We still stuck on this. It's been over a year as far as this beef is concerned. And really, if you really want to count it, it's been over 11 years as far as, because they were sneak dissing each other for 11 years. It just was last year the beef really came to a head, pause, where they were sending overt shots at each other. It's like ridiculous at this point.
We're still programmed in that where we're only focused on the fight. The fight been done. It's like 15 days later after the fight. You get what I'm saying? We're not focusing on other people and them giving music, and those artists recognize it. I've said this before, and I think some of y'all might think I'm trolling. I've talked to artists, and they feel like it's much harder right now to get attention because of the battle.
I don't think he's trolling. I think Ack is 100% telling the truth. And I like this version of Ack. Like, yo, this version of Ack is like say what you want about Ack. Yeah, he's a POS. Say what you want about him. He's a POS. But as far as him being tapped in to these artists, he's that. He's number one for a reason when it comes to this space. So I would never take credit away from him and say he's not tapped in. And when he says stuff like that, he's 100% telling the truth. 100%. He's spoken to these artists. He's spoken to these. He has a relationship with the labels. He knows exactly what the climate is when it comes to these album drops. He knows exactly what it is. So I'm 1,000% sure Ack is spitting right here. And I like sober Ack. It's still a POS. I still wouldn't want to chill with him because I think he's a lame. And he has vitriol towards Black Americans. Like, he's still not my cup of tea, but he does his job well.
Okay? Now, I thought Cardi was so hot, and I do think he's still so popular. That's why I said I thought he was going to save hip-hop. Because to get fans to get off Drake and Kendrick dick, you need some artists to drop that we all focus on them. And
facts. Facts Act. Come on. Who look, you know what? I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride because I got one more timestamp after this. Uh, but I'm gonna list off those artists that I think can actually maybe not sustain for as long as Drake and Kendrick sustain, but it'll be more than, they can at least remain in the top 25 or so for like an extended period of time. Maybe not forever. Maybe not for like you know, you getting 25-week runs or anything like that. But there's some artists that I think can sustain.
And that was Cardi. So everybody's focusing on Cardi.
You blanked out?
However,
Okay.
it feels like we gave Cardi his wave, but then we're still like looking back at it like, all right, back to GNX and them. Now, if Cardi couldn't do it, I don't know if YB could do it.
Unfortunately, I don't think YB can do it, only because like when you go so long, like we live in a microwave society, we want everything quick, fast, and in a hurry. Once YB got out of jail, got out of prison, YB should have been boots on the ground, hit the ground running. Same with Thug. Thug, and I think Ack even mentioned that, if not the mayor. Thug should have hit that ground running as soon as he got out of prison. Like, yo, there's only so long that Thug's out of prison, YB's out of prison. It's only so long that can sustain. People wanted that fresh out of prison, album. People be wanting that. But that's only so long you can keep up the anticipation for that. When it comes to Playboy Cardi, people have been because Playboy Cardi, like hate him or love him, he teased his fans for years before that album dropped. Like Playboy Cardi fans was like almost like every week or so, like, Playboy Cardi's gonna drop. And how long it took Playboy Cardi to drop? So the anticipation was that he was teasing people constantly.
There's a few people I feel like needs to drop. I think Savage was watching the stream because as soon as I got on the stream, he called me. Like last night when I crashed out.
I'm going to say this. I do think that people are too focused on the wall. And I've been saying that. A lot of Gotham believes these things too.
That's a fact. Because I'm in the Mez Discord. We talk about this all the time in a Discord. Like all this needs to come to an end. It's gotten. I mean, I know everybody's not like me. I know everybody's not like the mayor. I know everybody's not like a lot of the people in that Discord. But for the most part, my thing is it's time to move on, and I wish people would move on. Like there's even content creators or reporting on seeing Drake outside the studio in New York and making content around that. Like, yo, like he's not allowed to go outside, or it's like seeing a unicorn. Like if you spot Kendrick in the street, it's the equivalent of seeing leprechauns or something. No, I didn't mean to use leprechauns when it comes to Kendrick, but it is funny. It's like seeing some anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, we spotted Kendrick in the streets. Like, yo, stop glazing this man, dude. So what? He's in the street. So what? He's in the studio. That's what artists do when they're on tour. They go to studios, record music. They could be recording music. They could be recording a feature with somebody that not coming out no time soon. They could even be going in the studio to tweak a song that's part of their set for the tour. You feel me? To cater that song to a city or something. I'm not saying that's what he was doing, but that's what artists do. Some artists go have the recording equipment on the tour bus with them. That's what artists, they're artists. They're gonna stop at studios. So it shouldn't be like some crazy thing. It's not breaking news when you spot your favorite artist outside of a studio. It's weird, sycophantic behavior.
They said, hey, gang, there's way too many people still focused on a war that's no longer a war. And the only people keeping the war going is the fans. So the fans created a whole algorithm within itself of continuing this Drake and Kendrick war. Now, there are people on the sidelines like Top 5 and all that talking nonsense about Drake. If Kendrick come to Canada, if he in Toronto, they just popping it though. They're not about to do nothing to no Kendrick Lamar. Some people believe somebody gonna try to do something to Kendrick Lamar. Listen, we can put 1,000 on the table right now. I promise you ain't nobody touching Kendrick, bro. I promise you nobody gonna do nothing to Kendrick, bro.
Yeah,
Nobody gonna do nothing to Kendrick Lamar, bro. It's not.
That ain't happening. Nobody's gonna touch this man. If you be crazy to think that this man is not going out there with security, you also be crazy to like assume that you can just step up to him, given how militant they move out west. You'll be crazy to even walk up on them dudes from the West Coast, from Compton. You'll be crazy to walk on. Dude, them dudes move so militant, it's insane. They don't move like anybody else in the country. You know what I'm saying? One more timestamp. One more thing queued up. Like it's the fans. It's the fans. This 90% of this is the fans keeping this going. And I hate to say it, as big a supporter as I am of Kendrick, it's a lot. It's a lot of the Kendrick glazers, the Kendrick sycophants that are keeping this going. See, I give the Drake glazers they credit. They big up Drake. Yeah, they may send like shots at Kendrick. You feel me? But it's the Kendrick glazers that's like to the point where they making it so nothing else. If it's not Drake Kendrick related, or if it's super duper lyrical, they don't want to hear nothing about it. They don't want to hear nothing about it. Yes, both fan bases have us stuck in this rut when it comes to getting other artists to drop and getting other music to drop. But it seems to me, and I could be wrong, this is just me. This is my observation. This is my opinion. The Kendrick glazes on a whole new level to the likes of like it's well, I can't say it's cult like behavior strictly for Kendrick because it's for both sides, but it's a different, like both sides are toxic, but it's a different kind of toxicity coming from a lot of the Kendrick fans. And it's not even like the true Kendrick fans, like the people like myself who've been following Kendrick since 2011. It's the new people who feel like nothing else is worth listening to if it's not Kendrick. And that's crazy. That's weird. Last one. Let's go rock with this one.
I'll be honest with y'all, man. Once upon a time, long ago, I was one of them people who only wanted to hear bars, right? But you gotta understand, man.
And this is the crux. This is what I really wanted to get into. I was saving this for last. But before I get into what the man had to say, look, first thing, smash that like button for me. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you'll be aware of all my videos when I drop them. So you, bam, boop, you get the notification. What? It's simple. Also, engage in the content. Drop me some fleur-de-lis in the chat if you don't want to give me your opinion or your thoughts on the matter. That's all I need. And another thing, I want to get into like those people who I think can drop an album that can sustain on Billboard. Drake and Kendrick, 1 and 2. Probably Drake number 1. Because Drake is so anticipated right now that I feel as though whatever Drake decides to drop, it's gonna hit number 1. It may actually sustain over Kendrick for a while, unless Kendrick drops something else. Right? Drake and Kendrick. Future is that other person. If Future drops right now, I think that can sustain. right? Future isn't the most lyrical person in the world, but Future has he got the streets. Future he's that dude. I think Future's the only person with that trap sound that can actually sustain. Um, I think that Tyler the Creator can sustain for maybe not as long as a Future, but I think if Tyler can sustain. Tyler's fan base is very loyal. Tyler the Creator is very creative. There's a reason why he names himself Tyler the Creator. The man makes his own beats. The man writes his own music. The man directs his own videos. The man is so creative. I'm not even a big fan. Like, I don't even like Tyler the Creator like that. I'm not a fan of his music like that. Well, it's not his music. I'm not a fan of his content like that. Right? I'm not a fan of his musical content like that. But I won't deny the fact that Tyler the Creator is probably, and this probably gonna be controversial, especially if I got Kendrick Glazers listen to what I'm talking about. Kendrick or Drake Glazers listen to what I'm talking about right now. As far as creativity, Tyler's number one. Hands down, in my opinion. Tyler's number one. So that gave me Drake, Kendrick, Future, Tyler's number 4, and a fifth one, which we probably would never, ever, ever get, Andre 3000. Because his and that's because him dropping an actual rap album is so wanted right now that if Andre 3000 dropped an album right now, it'll probably go number 1. If Andre 3000 dropped a single right now, it's definitely gonna go number 1, and I think it can sustain. Probably should put Andre 3000 over Tyler at this point because the anticipation behind Andre 3000 is so crazy. Yeah, he dropped that piano EP. That piano EP stopped doing that. And I get what Andre's hesitation is. He feels as though it wouldn't be well received because he's an old head and he don't feel hip. And being hip is a part of hip hop. I get the sentiment. I get why I get the hesitancy. But right now, I don't know if he's tapped in enough to know that if he dropped right now, he would do so such big numbers. It'd be great, and he wouldn't even get like the little youngsters that I think he's scared. He's scared of like the youngsters like critiquing it and saying that he's too old. He wouldn't at in this particular climate. He wouldn't even get that. Stop trolling us, Andre. So yeah, Kendrick, Drake, Future, Tyler, Andre. I think if Cole drop right now, ain't nobody paying attention. Cole, go ahead and retire. Nobody's paying attention to you, Cole. You got your loyal listeners. That's it. That's it. You turned a lot of people off. Pause when you backed out of that beef. And look, you could have backed out. Ain't nobody. It's not the problem that you backed out. It was the apology that like, yo, that's not hip hop for you to apologize like that and take it down. Maybe the apology wasn't even like why you took it down. Like they got a portion of the population that would accept the apology, but when you take it down and apologize, it just got a little bit weird. It just got a little bit. It seemed like it broke hip hop rules. You know what I'm saying? It broke the 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 essence of what we consider hip hop right now. It went against the essence.
You gotta understand something, bro. Don't you love women? Do you think the women want to hear bars, gang?
Facts. And that's the problem. Like nobody want to have fun. Like, yeah, it's cool to listen to a song and try to dissect it for the try to get the metaphors and everything. That's cool, but you don't like seeing ass shaking every now and then, huh? Like, it's to the point where y'all sucked all the fun. Pause. Y'all sucked all the fun out of it. Nobody's having fun. Like, everybody's just trying to break down bars right now. That's not It's not fun like that. It's cool to be able to like it's it's like a mental exercise. But other than that, it's not fun. I don't do like Sudoku and all day every day. I'm not doing crossword puzzles all day every day. I need a break from crossword puzzles. I want to go out and have fun. I want to go out, drive around and feel like I'm in a Hellcat and like drive fast cuz I'm rocking to like something that's put me in that mode. You know what I'm saying? I want to I don't go to clubs, I'm married man, you know what I'm saying? So I can't relate to that. But like, there's people who want to scroll through TikTok and see IG models and doing TikTok dances and all that. There's people who want to do that. It's not all about the lyrical, and it's never been all about the lyrical stuff. It's never been that way. You've always had artists that weren't the most lyrical in the world. They just wanted to have fun, put out party music. Like, come on now. Like when we going when like I when Kendrick dropped Watch the Party Die, y'all took that and ran with it and feel as though if it's not on this level, it's not worth listening to.
The women want to hear other things. You gotta broaden your horizons, champ. You gotta listen to other stuff, gang. You can't just bump bars, bro. Everything ain't about bars. Music has never just been bar related. You gotta have everything, and you gotta have the flow, the melody. You gotta have everything. You gotta be a smart, or you gotta be an artist. An artist isn't only lyricism, bro. It's past lyricism. Some of y'all listen to a bunch of dusty basement rappers like Immortal Technique, and no
Yeah, Mortal Technique is trash, dude. That dude's cheeks. I agree with you on that one, man. That dude's cheeks. But look, like some people, some people it's not even about lyricism. You got artists who uh the whole process is the whole entire process is a work of art. So as they writing the music, they have the visuals in mind as well. You know what I'm saying? You have artists like that. You have people who think on that level. Like I'm not trying to give you just all lyricism. I want to create a movie for you. Like hip hop is not just this one dimensional thing.
no disrespect to Immortal Technique, but that nigga sucks. All right, you can tell him I said it. I rap better than him. I don't care. Argue with your mother, whoever. Immortal Technique is dirt. All right, flow is hot trash, champ. Listen, there's more to music than just the bars, man. You gotta have swag. You gotta have flow. You gotta have things, man. You can't keep. You think you gonna keep a woman around bumping a Mortal Technique? Listen, man. I don't know what to tell you, gang. You gotta differentiate your catalog and your playlists. Okay, it's more to life than just lyrics. All right, and I love bars. Don't get it twisted. I got friends in the business who have amazing bars that y'all don't know, that y'all don't even know about, and they phenomenal, bro. But there's more to music than just the lyrics. Everything ain't lyrics. You feel me?
We're gonna end it right there. I mean, come on, bro. Let's what we doing? What we like y'all legit not ready to move on from this, I'm guessing. And I get why the content creators do it, because y'all, hey, it's up to the consumer, right? And you, if you watching my video right now, you're one of my consumers. You're consuming my content. So if that's what the algorithm is telling us to do, if that's what the algorithm is saying that they want, we gotta keep giving it to you, right? You gotta keep giving it to you so we can stay relevant. So that's how all these creators are right now. The mayor, I know this for a fact. Showface is ready to move on, like I am myself. I know this for a fact. He's ready to move on. I've been waiting for this Diddy trial to pop off just so I can have something else to talk about, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I can, I can, I can, I can do other content. I can get into other stuff, but The YouTube algorithm wants to guide me down a certain way. And until I get that monetization, until I get a certain amount of subscribers, like I can't pivot right now as much as I want to. I can't pivot right now because I'm on a road. I'm on this track to where I have to sustain with the algorithm in order for me to achieve my goal. But check this out. That's all the time I got for you today. Maybe not today. If something pop up, hey, I may be making another video. But as of now, we're going to end it there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm talking about absolutely assault that like button. Hit on subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Just remember, we're on the road to monetization. Please give me some of that engagement. Please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you'll be aware of all the content I'm putting out. And remember, always give 100% in all your endeavors. Give maximum effort in all your endeavors. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.